Hello and welcome to Intersolar 2026, the place to be, the most important event in the sector in Europe. And of course, Review Energy have to be covered in this exhibition with the leaders of the sector. It's the first time that we have in our camera Velto Renewables. Thank you for your time and nice to meet you. Alvaro García, he is head of asset management for the company, and Lionel Daras, renewable portfolio manager and construction and operation for the company. How are you?
Very good, thank you for receiving us.
So for those who don't the company yet, let's talk about it. No, what is your mission in the sector, Alvaro?
Yeah. So Velto Renewables was established back in 2020 with a clear mission of decarbonizing the energy industry. We are backed by La Caisse, which is one of the biggest investment firms around the world. Our portfolio right now spans over 2 countries. So because we've got presence in Spain with around 500 megawatts operational capacity, another 130 in France. And additionally, we provide asset management services with for a quite singular asset because back in the day it was the biggest offshore wind asset in the world. It's an asset called London Ray. It's 630 megawatt peak capacity, and our shareholder, La Caisse, holds a 25% stake. And Velto has a management contract with La Caisse, and effectively our day-to-day we integrate it as any other of the assets under management. So our mission is clear. We are fully aligned with our shareholder. We are a long-term asset owner, normally seen as an IPP. That means that we live on the energy. We live on the revenues that we make by selling the energy, the clean energy that we produce in our 130 plus assets over Spain and France. And our ambition is to stay here for long and to keep growing, as we will discuss later.
Of course. Thank you for that overview, Alvaro. Let's talk about the next topic, because recently we knew that the Velto Renewable has recently become the full owner of Les Îlots Blandan. Correct me if the pronunciation. So what does this mean for the company, Lionel?
Well, so Les Îlots Blandins is a large, if not the biggest, one of the biggest European floating solar plant. This is really a flagship project for us. It really demonstrates our ability to do our portfolio diversification, to be at scale for this segment that's in very important growth in Europe, that is floating solar. It shows as well that we are at the head spear for innovation. And it's all based on strong fundamental, as well as Alvaro was saying.
So let's keep this line, because I would like to talk about the growth of this technology in Europe. So how do you see this technology growing over the next few years, Lionel?
Well, as I was just saying, I think this is it's a strong segment in Europe, because it's really tackling one of the biggest issue for 2 points. One is for conventional solar. We avoid, thanks to floating solar, the conflict of land use. So that's a very good point. There is a huge potential for still body of water in Europe. And at the same time, for Les Îlots Blandins, as you may know, it's a reconversion of an industrial site. And it's quite good for industrial site, because conventional redevelopment for industrial site is always kind of hard in terms of permit, of revamping, etc., and so on and so forth. When floating solar makes just much more sense, and it's much more swift to realize.
So this project is a clear example of how industrial projects can convert into renewable ones, no? So why these kind of projects are super interesting and important for the energy transition?
So exactly, and to liaise with what I was just saying, we have this very strong advantage that makes this transition of industrial sites much easier, much more acceptable locally, because it's still a historical continuity in terms of industry. There is this avoidance of land conflict. There is this income or creation of value for the local communities. So all this together makes floating solar a very determining technology or segment that is going to go from something that's called innovation to a determining factor in the European energy transition.
Thank you for that overview, Lionel. So, Alvaro, I would like to finish this conversation with you talking about the future. No, what are the goals of the company over the next few years?
Yeah, so I mean, there have been a lot of hot topics discussed over these few days here at Intersolar, but it's true that, as I've said at the beginning, Velto's commitment is long term. We are really here to stay and to make a significant contribution on the energy transition, and that makes us not a typical investor, so to say. Effectively, that translates into M&A strategies a bit different from the broader market, meaning that first, applying like a prudent principle, we are really focused on strengthening our internal capabilities, all related with bringing in the asset performance at its top, really focused on operational excellence. Okay. We really think that our footprint has to represent a positive impact not only for the company itself, but also for the local communities where we operate. So that's truly a key factor for us. It's not all about business. Yes, for sure, Velto is a company and we have to be profitable for our shareholders, but it's about making a positive impact. Okay, among Velto, all the employees, or mostly all the employees, we've been so lucky to have our professional career in the renewable energy sector, which in my case makes particularly proud. So I'm really aligned with the long-term strategy of the company. Second, and continuing with this internal capabilities strengthening, we are really focused, and this has been part of the majority of my conversations here these days. It's about how we digitalize the operations of the company, how we can integrate everything into single platforms, how can we capitalize on reliable data, because as I've said, our portfolio spans over 130 assets. You can imagine the number of data that we have to manage every single day. Every second, thousands of data points are created. No? So it's really important that we first, as we tend to say, we stabilize the boat. We make everything under the same and unified platforms and reporting ways. And last, we are an ambitious company. We want to keep growing. We will be a selective buyer. Obviously, we are not out of the world, so everything that has to do with the storage, hybrid systems, new markets, this is something that we are definitely exploring. But as said at the beginning, with applying prudent management principles, meaning that we are not going to go for the first opportunity that it comes, but rather to an opportunity that clearly lines up with our overall company strategy.
Thank you. It was lovely to meet you, to know more about the company. I love that you say about the values of the company, and it's a win-win also for the community. So I hope to see you again in another event. Lionel, Alvaro, it was lovely to meet you.